Oh, you done it.
Hello.
Oh, what an anticlimax. We're both clicking the button at the
We've
same
got
time.
0 viewers in the house. That's terrible, isn't it?
Give it a sec. I did admittedly send the wrong link out. So
we've got two people in the house.
Let's give it a few minutes. The link, the email is still sending out to the email list. I sent the wrong email link. The wrong YouTube live link. So that's my bad, everyone.
Oh no. Nightmare. How's everyone doing? Let's see some comments in the chat. What's up, Thomas? What's up? It's a very enthusiastic start.
Is that from Twitter? Oh, we got Twitter. We got you. Where are we live? We're live Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.
We're on Twitter, I think. Yeah.
We're on your account
as well.
Yeah, we're on yours.
Osman, how you doing, brother?
Now, what looks better? My almost pitch black room with a bit of mood lighting, or Alex's £10 webcam?
Whoa, this is a brand new MacBook I'll have, you know.
Why did he get a new MacBook?
Because some fucking idiot spilt bloody coffee all down it, didn't they?
Nightmare. Are you having two in the end? What are you doing? Get them on repaired or what?
So yeah, that one's getting repaired, but they said it's going to be 500 quid to repair it. At least, they said, at least. So I'm just going to get that one repaired and then probably just, I don't know, either keep it or sell it secondhand, maybe keep this new one. It feels like...
Tell you what, mate, it's lucky we're making so much profit on Amazon, isn't it, at the moment?
DL, right, thanks for this new strategy. A
new MacBook is the one of life's greatest experience, opening a brand new MacBook or a brand new iPhone, to be fair.
It is, but that's what I was just about to say, right? Like, it's this dopamine rush when you get it, and then you realize that after it's just exactly the same as your old one. You know what I mean? Like, the keys feel a little bit like more sort of whatever, and then it just feels
what chip are you rocking in there? Which one did you get? What are they even on now? M2, M3?
I don't know. Yeah, M3, I think.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Question from us.
Are we live on Instagram?
Yeah, I think so.
Can you check?
Got a tick. It's got the 4 ticks.
Something popped up then, but I think it messed up for me.
1 second. No, you're not live. No, through your account.
Oh yeah, that's annoying, isn't it?
It's because it's under. I know why. It's because it's under Honest FBA.
It should still be. It should still do it.
Tell you what am I going to plug right now? You know what's coming.
What's that?
Right, guys. We have a new Instagram. This up and coming channel. Everyone should follow. There's a new account. It's at @the_honest_Tom on Instagram. 88 followers in just a day or so. I've been on there, but
wow.
Alex has got one. Jansen's got one. I'm late to the party, but follow me on IG. You can see inside my apartment if you want. You can see some day-to-day stuff that we do.
So you know what's crazy, right? I'm gonna cover up the top because I don't want everyone to see our store name. But today on Shopify, can you see that we've done nearly $2,000?
I can see the store name if you guys that.
Okay. Anyway, so everyone just saw the store name. It don't really matter. So what we're going to be talking about today is the new tactics that we're using to crush Amazon FBA in 2025. Obviously, we're being a little bit cheesy, but we are actually doing some pretty cool stuff that's been really helping us out on Amazon. And if you've been watching any of our latest videos or reading any of our emails, you might kind of already know what it is. We've started to pivot away from just selling on Amazon. We're selling on Shopify now. We started selling on TikTok as well. And it's been going pretty damn well, if I do say so myself. And what I was just showing on the screen there is that yesterday we changed the headline on our website, and the conversion rate has gone from like 3% to 6%. So it's like tripled pretty much, which is it might be a coincidence. It might be just something to do with Meta running a bit differently, but it might not be. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not changed, which is pretty crazy.
To answer, Usman has asked the question, which I put on screen. Have you guys talked about TikTok Shop's uncertain future in the US? We did put a video out on YouTube last Friday, which I think is titled something like, who cares? Like, TikTok's getting banned, who cares? Now, obviously, it didn't get banned on Sunday. I'd recommend watching that, not just because it was my video, but that kind of gives our opinion on it. But I guess we can cover it. We can cover it now quickly while we're there, because to repeat some points from the video, we're pretty all in on TikTok, to be fair, right? We've had really nice success on there. We've got some amazing creators that we're working with that are working on TikTok, and we're using that content to run Meta ads as well. We also have a whole other communities. We have Honest FBA, but we also have Honest Creators, which teaches people how to become TikTok Shop affiliates, right? So we're all in. And honestly, like, we weren't stressing last week or the last couple of weeks. The reason being, and this is kind of, I guess, this is the point of the video that we put out last week. The skill isn't in TikTok. The skill is in content. That is what's driving e-commerce forward in the next couple of years. So wherever it is, if it's on TikTok, if it's on Meta, on their own creator platform, and obviously they're going to be working on a better version, or on another platform that comes out, there's a couple of new ones that are getting worked up. Doesn't matter, right? The skills are transferable. It's about making great content, going viral, driving traffic towards your website. So yeah, we're not too fussed about it, in all honesty. But look, at the moment, I'm not sure where you're based, Usman, but the ban's only potentially in the US, right? And it looks like it's now not even going to happen. But the UK, Ireland, Mexico, Brazil, Germany's coming soon. Spain's just launched TikTok Shop. France is coming. So, they're not slowing down. So I wouldn't, again, like I said, to echo what I said, we're not concerned about it. Whatever platform is popping in each country, that is what you can be on, and you can trade on, and you can earn good money from for your brand.
Yeah. So the reason I've got Amazon in the background here is because I wanted to talk about what we're doing with our brand this year. If you want to drop anything in the comments, like, are you an Amazon seller? Are you currently selling on Amazon? Are you looking to get started selling on Amazon? Like, where are you in your like Amazon journey? So then we can maybe cater the conversation a little bit. But we'll kick it off by kind of talking about like what we're doing with our brand. So the end of November, we launched our brand on Shopify. So we always had a Shopify website before this, but we'd never ran any advertising or anything like that. So since then, we've done over $100,000 in sales. Today, we've done about $2,000 in sales. So I think today's going to be a pretty big day. It might be like $3,000-$4,000. So we very quickly added like at least another $50,000-$60,000 in sales through Shopify. And the goal by the end of 2025 is for us to actually be majority Shopify and majority D2C. So by the end of 2025, we want to be at least $500,000-$600,000 a month, where the majority of that is coming through Shopify, and then the minority of it is coming from Amazon. But we've seen some interesting things since we've been selling on Shopify and also doing some TikTok stuff. The main one is that we've seen this huge sort of spillover of branded search, right? So if you don't know what branded search is, it's when somebody literally searches for your brand, right? So I've got a few good examples of brands that are doing this really well. One of them is a brand called Obvi. So Obvi are a supplement brand. They sell a lot of like collagen and stuff like that, like supplements for women. And you can see the reason that they've got all of this branded search, they've got 52,000 people searching for their brand, is because of the advertising that they do off of Amazon. Now, in the Amazon world, the people that are making content on YouTube and stuff like that, it's quite rare that you hear people talking about this sort of stuff, right? the vast majority of people on YouTube, the reason really, in my opinion, that they don't talk about it is because they're not really selling on Amazon themselves. They're not actually building proper brands, right? We've seen over the past 12 months on Amazon that if you're just an Amazon seller, if you don't have any of this branded search, if you don't have anybody searching for your brand specifically, you're going to get almost certainly eaten alive in the long run, right? You can still launch products, you can still make money, but eventually things are going to catch up to you and you're going to really struggle. So where you can really build that moat and build a brand and be successful, have higher profit margins, all of that type of stuff is if you're driving this branded traffic, right? And we always knew this, like we would look at these brands, right? Because I've got a couple more examples. I've got an example here, this Beast Bites. These are one of the top selling creatine gummies on Amazon. So they've got like 12,000 searches. You can see this is a relatively new brand, right? Didn't exist until basically like a year ago. And you can see at the peak, they've got 15, 16,000 people searching for their brand. So what it means is that if you were to launch an Amazon, a creatine gummy in the traditional way, right, which is what most gurus on YouTube and across the different social medias, they're all teaching the same thing. Is like, you launch a product, you run some PPC, blah, blah, blah. But if you want to compete with all of these people and you really want to have like long-term success on Amazon, you've got to be building this branded search. And that was what we set out to do 6-7 months ago. And that's what we started to do with our brand. And there's been so many benefits to it. It's been so sort of, not to get all dramatic, but transformational. Do you like that, Tom? Transformation, is that a word?
I mean, you're a new woman, I'll tell you that much.
It's honestly, it's transformed everything that we're doing with the brand. We're building out a proper community behind the brand. We've got loyal customers now. We've got customers that have come back, made 5-6 orders with us. They're subscribing to our products. The value of our brand has just gone crazy because we've got this repeat sort of custom now, and we've got people actually coming and searching for our brand. So there's loads of examples. If you see any of the big players in any of the sort of big niches, companies like this Nello Supercam, right? 30,000 units a month. But if you look up in the header, you are going to see people searching for these brands, 80,000 searches every single month, right? So if you're looking to sell on Amazon, if you're brand new to selling on Amazon, I don't want you to kind of get confused and overwhelmed. Like, oh, am I going to sell on Amazon? What am I doing? Am I doing Shopify? What is it, right? Amazon is still kind of the center of the e-com universe for now, right? And probably for the next 10, 15 years. People see all of this advertising that people do on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, and they buy on those platforms. They go to Shopify, they use TikTok Shop, but they're also coming to Amazon. And that's why you've got 80,000 people, because like 80% of US households have got an Amazon Prime account, right? So this is what we've been talking about in a lot of our recent videos. The reason we've been doing that is because that's what we're doing with our brand. That's what we're seeing really great results with. Everyone within our community now, this is what we're teaching. So tomorrow we're officially launching our kind of like new program, right? So we're going to be teaching officially now how to get this branded search, how to leverage TikTok, how to leverage Meta, how to build out tons of really great creatives. And tomorrow we're going to be doing a special offer on that. So what's the discount amount that we're doing, Tom, if people want to join? It's $1,000 off.
It's $1,000 off the membership price. Yeah. So there's a link there. You can see it on honestfba.com apply. You can apply to join the community and see if you're a good fit. But yeah, we're knocking $1,000 off to celebrate the launch of the new content. We've been working on this for a while, to be honest, and we wanted to test this theory ourselves first, right? That's why, but like Alex mentioned there, like we've gone through it with our own brand. We wanted to check it's legit. We'd heard about it on a couple of podcasts and stuff. And what I think is ultra important, if you work with us, with Honest FBA, if you go and work with another Amazon course and community, you shouldn't. But just in case, if you do that, like make sure they're actually selling, right? Make sure they actually have a brand that they are scaling and they're regularly sharing their results within the community. Have a bit of proof of that, because it's very easy to hear tidbits on YouTube channels and on podcasts and just regurgitate that information on YouTube, but actually being in there and doing it is a completely different kettle of fish, and that is what you need to be doing. And that whoever you're learning from, just make sure they're doing that, because yeah, some of them are just talking absolute shite.
Absolute shite, yeah. So one of the best ways that you can start to do research on this, right, is any sort of relatively big niche that you see on Amazon, like this one, right? So this is one of these like L-theanine magnesium type supplements, right? Obviously, it's one of the biggest, most competitive niches on Amazon. So if you were to come into this niche, right, and you were like, look, I want to launch, one of these magnesium sort of drinks, I want to do this sort of thing, you're going to get crushed if you're not driving this branded search like these guys are. And this is how they're doing $3 million a month just on Amazon, right? So they've pretty much got this one product, and they're like a $30-40 million a year business. They've got another variation here, but that's pretty much it. And a great way that you can do research into how these companies are doing this, right, is coming over to the ad library. So the brand that I just looked at there recently, Beast Bites, you can actually get access to how these companies are doing this. Now, Beast Bites, I've looked at these guys quite a lot. These guys are doing it through Meta and through TikTok. And that's what we're teaching now within our community. That's what we're doing with our own brands.
Can I say something? I just heard on a podcast literally 2 hours ago that I think, Alex, you told me this as well. There's no creatine in Beast Bites, right? So this was by...
Oh, yeah. Well, apparently there wasn't, no.
The founder of Create, who's like the big boy in this space, said Beast Bites are... Apparently, yeah, there's literally no creatine in them. So if you're taking them and you're watching this, I guess check the ingredients, or maybe they're just lying. But apparently, this is from a rival, but there's literally no creatine in these. They're just sweets. You're just eating gummies.
Apparently, no, they've updated them, so now they actually are.
Oh, that's nice of them, to be fair.
Yeah. But what you can see is that they've got tons of ads running, right? So they've got like 92 active ads, all of these different, they use a lot of like UGC creators to talk about it. And that's what drives that demand. That's what's driving people over to Amazon. And we've actually had a chat with a guy in the UK who owns this brand. So this is a brand called Overload. So this is now one of the top selling creatine gummies on Amazon. So this wasn't doing that well, and now it's doing like £70,000 a month. And let's see if it's getting much branded search. So Overload creatine gummies. Yeah, I mean, look, it's just gone nuts. This must be, I guess, when they've started really pumping the advertising spend.
Plus a nice bit of January, self-improvement. This is his high season, isn't it?
Yeah. So this is kind of how it looked for our brand. Is we were hovering around the same sort of like branded search kind of down here, and then as soon as we started doing all this advertising on Meta and on TikTok, it went boom, and it went like this. So then we were not only getting all of the Amazon sales from all the organic rankings that we had, but we were then getting all of these extra sales from people coming from, browsing on their phone or whatever, and then searching for the brand. It allowed us to put the price up, because one of the things is like, I don't know the price on here. Let's have a look. But if you've got people coming directly for your brand, they're going to be a little bit less price sensitive, right? Because if I've seen an ad for Overload, or somebody's told me about this product, whatever, I'm not really going to be that bothered that there's one here for $14.99 that just looks like, I don't know, some cheap generic brand, right? People pay more when they recognize the brand, when they've got some sort of like emotional connection to the brand. Maybe they've seen an ad that they really like. They've been hit with some emails. I don't know, whatever it is, right? Once you've kind of got that that emotional connection with a brand, then that means you can charge more, right? You can charge more and make higher profit margins, everything else. Plus, you're getting all of that, all that branded search. So these guys are a really good brand to look at for the best way to do sort of Meta advertising, Facebook advertising, whatever you want to call it. 760 results. So they've got 760 ads running. That's insane, man. They have just ramped up. So what they're doing basically at this point, right, is they're just bombarding pretty much everybody in the UK that, according to Meta or Facebook, has got some interest in going to the gym, and they are just no pun intended, overloading these people with
totally
with
intended.
ads. That was a good pun, wasn't it? But look at how many ads they're running. So they will have this machine. They will have this creative machine. They'll have a graphic designer. They'll have somebody running or managing all their UGC creators to create all of this ads. Now, in the Amazon world, right, this is like scary shit. Like most Amazon sellers are terrified of actually doing any real form of marketing, and they just want Amazon to do the marketing for them. But this is where you can get really creative. And this is where you no longer have to worry about Chinese sellers. You know, you don't have to worry so much about all the fees going up and stuff like that. And it makes everything on Amazon easier.
What I'd say as well, to add to that, like, yeah, one of those points is PPC, right? So on Amazon, you are like so many people, like Alex said, the only marketing lever a lot of people have is PPC. So as PPC is getting more and more expensive on the platform, you're spending more and more, your tackles is increasing, you're spending more and more budget giving it to Amazon, right? The take rate of Amazon, referral fees, FBA fees, storage fees, PPC fees, like it stacks up and it can get over 50, 60% even. But having this branded search come along, Amazon's rewarding you for that branded search by ranking you on your organic keywords for all the other associated keywords as well. So this brand overload, because now they're converting better on Amazon, they will get an uplift for creatine gummies for men, creatine gummies for women. They'll now be ranking higher and higher positions. And every time they get that high conversion, it's going to solidify their place in the organic ranks. That means if they want to, they can turn their PPC right down, have a super low TACoS, and that obviously means higher margins. Add to that the fact they can also charge more because they're getting branded search. It's a win-win, right? So they're getting a double win of increased margins. And honestly, like on a smaller scale than these guys at the moment, we're seeing really nice effects. These guys are, I mean, at 70K on Amazon, I know for a fact off Amazon, it's 10x that. Like they're a big brand now. Look, we're hopefully going to go that way as well, but it's working for them, right? This is the exact strategy. And I also know they've got a very small team, right? You can do this with a skeleton team. You don't need to be a huge company to do this, but we know that one of the first hires that this company made was content driven. Is someone to knock out as much content as possible, and that's what has made him scale the business so quickly.
Yeah. I mean, he must be doing scary numbers now if he's got this many ads running. Look at all the videos, man. There's so many. He's absolutely killed it with this. Yeah. So this is the blueprint, guys. This is kind of this is what we're going to be. This is exactly what we're teaching everybody within our community now. So we're no longer just an Amazon community. We're an Amazon plus D2C, Shopify. We're bringing in experts in ad creation, all this type of stuff. Like we've, made a lot of ads in the past couple of years for both Honest FBA, but also for our brands. But yeah, we're bringing all this into the community. We kicked this off on Wednesday officially with everybody already inside the community, and then tomorrow is going to be kind of the official launch. So if you're watching this and you're like, well, that'd be cool to learn all that stuff if you're an existing Amazon seller, if you're looking to get into Amazon, honestly, this just makes the next sort of few years so exciting when you're learning this stuff. When you're learning this and you're also leveraging things like TikTok. So if we look on here and we look at Beast Bites, so what you will see is these guys are absolutely killing it here as well. It's not going to let me view it, is it? But if you go through on TikTok and you look at these brands, pretty much all of these brands will have a presence on TikTok, on Meta with all these ads. They're going to be, they're going to be absolutely everywhere. And if you think of it as this like big ecosystem, right? If you're only on Amazon, people are only seeing you on Amazon. But imagine how much time people spend, or think about how much time people spend on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook. If you're not on these platforms, you are just missing such a huge part of e-commerce. And I think we didn't do it earlier with our brand because we thought potentially, it was going to be difficult. But
I don't think we had the right. On looking back, we probably didn't have the right product. I actually filmed. I filmed a video today. We'll be out on our YouTube in a couple of days, guys, about like going into super detail about everything to do with a Shopify launch so far. So what's got us to 100K, and a couple of the points that touch on within that is people are scared to go D2C because they think, have they got the right products? And a lot of our original products, before we pivoted the brand, it was a single purchase product, right? So that means, like, it sounds like people buy it once, maybe they come back and buy a couple more in future, but it was usually a one-off purchase. What we pivoted to was subscription-based products. And now every product that we launched in the last year, people can subscribe to it, and people are subscribing to them, but they're a consumable product. And what that means, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily that a human or a pet has to actually consume the product, but it means that it can be used again and again and again, and ordered again and again and again, rather. So that's what we pivoted the brand to. And that plays really well when you're on D2C, because it means you can get a higher lifetime value out of the customer. And that is the game that we're trying to play. There's a lot to learn. It's different to Amazon. We're learning a lot. We've learned a lot in the last few months, and there's a long way to go still. But as we're learning it, we're sharing it all inside the Honest FBA community. And we're not saying, by the way, that like when you start Amazon now, you have to do everything at once. Like you can still have massive success on Amazon. It's a really, really good starting point. But after that, adding on, you should learn content on the side regardless, right? And then as you go, add that into your brand, layer it into your brand, into your marketing, and then try Shopify out. And if you have the budget and the bandwidth, for sure you can launch on both at the same time, and on TikTok as well. So you can actually go for all three of them. And that is now, what we're teaching inside of Honest FBA is the skills on how to do every single platform.
Yeah. And there's so much to learn from like these brands that are killing it, to learn how to create this sort of ad content. And one of the things that we launched recently is we launched a sister community to Honest FBA. So you'll recognize this chap here. This fella's Jansen. He's one of the co-founders of Honest FBA, but now Jansen is kind of leading our sister community, which is Honest Creators. So this is where you can learn how to create viral content. And there's a couple of really big benefits for learning how to do this. The first one is you can actually start creating your own content using other people's brands and basically get paid to do it, right? So there's some of the member results down here. Some people are making honestly stupid money doing this. Like all they're doing is making videos on their phone, and they're getting paid thousands of pounds, sometimes for individual videos. Now, Jansen's got a video on TikTok that I think did he get like 6 million views? And from those 6 million views, it drove something like £20,000 in revenue for this one brand. So from that, I think Jansen got 10%, right? So I think
his numbers are pretty low. I think he's got a fair bit more than that. It's been because what he's teaching you in this course is like how to find the products. So if you want to be an affiliate creator, part of the skill is like finding products that pay good commission. And he found products that pay great commission. So the GMV that you draw, you get a slice of that if you're a creator. I think Alex is going to say in a second, so I'll get another for him, is this is such a good way to earn money to fund the growth of your brand, or honestly, even to start a brand. If you haven't got the funds right now to start a brand from scratch, this is literally, there's no barrier to entry. All you need is an iPhone. And I'm sure everyone watching this probably has an iPhone.
Yeah. Or they've got an Android like you and they can still do it.
Mate, I upgraded. Come on now. Come
on. But this is, so I can't remember who exactly this is within the community, but they made £10,000 in a month. I think Jansen's best month is he made about £6,000 or £7,000. And that's him doing that part-time. Like he's not even like, he's doing the community, he's doing Honest FBA with us, he's running his Amazon brand. That's him doing it part-time, making like 5,000-6,000 a month. And we're not just plugging this just to plug it. Like we are proud of this as like the sister community. But the whole point is like, if you learn how to create this viral content, you can either make your own content on TikTok, which is going to drive sales on TikTok Shop, but it's also going to drive branded traffic.
But what learning that does is it allows you to then create really, really good ads. So there's a real art and a real skill to knowing how to create these ads, especially these video ads, like knowing how to create the hook, the body of the video, and the CTA at the end. If you don't know what any of those words mean, then you definitely need to join a community like Honest Creators. But there's a real art form to doing this. And all of these big brands, Obvi, Nello, this is what they're all doing. They've got teams that create all of this content, right? And it makes Amazon so much easier. All you essentially do at that point is you collect all the cash on Amazon. And what ends up happening is you can become one of the best sellers on Amazon really through that external traffic. So Obvi have got this collagen, this Obvi Burn. This launched and it became the #1 selling collagen on Amazon at the time when they launched it on Amazon. So if we look at the BSI, you'll probably see whereabouts it was. I think it was around here sometimes. They did a launch and it became the top selling collagen for about a month, I think, at least, right? But collagen is one of the most competitive niches on Amazon. In general, it's a competitive niche. But what happens is all of that external traffic, it creates this like flywheel, right? Where there's all the external traffic that boosts all of your sales on Amazon. And then as soon as you get a ton of sales on Amazon, you start to pick up those bestseller badges, the Amazon's Choice badges. And if you can get that bestseller badge, so if we look at like collagen and we see who's got the bestseller badge, this bestseller badge can increase your sales. Don't quote me on it, but by a lot. Like we've seen this in our niches. If you can get this overall pick badge or this bestseller badge, customers see that and they go nuts. That it's just this social proof, this sort of like badge that you're a good product, right?
And we also get Amazon Echoes. I've never done this, I'll be honest, but people do apparently shop through the Echo. So if they say buy me Alexa, get me collagen peptides, it selects Amazon's Choice. So you're actually driving sales through that as well.
No way. That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. But yeah, it becomes this like flywheel, right? It becomes this flywheel where your products are on Amazon and you're still selling on Amazon. You're still running Amazon advertising. You're still running PPC, but then you boost all of those results with this external traffic and it drives all of that traffic to Amazon. You get these bestseller badges and then it just becomes this flywheel. You get more bestseller badges. You get the Amazon Choice, all of that type of stuff. So everything just becomes more profitable. Plus getting sales on your website. So like Obvi, I don't know how much they're doing on Amazon versus D2C, but I think they're doing like $30-40 million a year. I actually think their website is fucking ugly. I don't think their brand looks very nice. It surprises me it's so popular. This to me looks like shit.
Well, let's hope they're not watching.
Let's hope they are watching because they'll change it. This is nice, but anyway, this is really nice. But God knows how much these guys are also doing through their own website and everything, which the benefit of that is, if I can get customers through the website, then I'm getting the emails, you're getting the subscriptions. That's really cool, isn't it? That's nice. Why don't they have that on the homepage? So you're basically you're just taking advantage of all of these different channels rather than just selling on Amazon. Yeah, props to the designer on that one. That's very cool. I think Obvi. I don't know how. Let's have a look at how many ads they've got, because I was reading recently about how I don't think you can actually check it. I think I've tried to find them before and you can't find them. I think there's a way that you can exclude yourself from the oh, it's this one.
Interesting.
Huh.
They've got a few pages, haven't they? I think they've got a few accounts because they definitely push the boundaries a bit, don't they, on what's allowed.
And one thing that they do that I think is really interesting is they really leverage this AI. We should do some of this, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this sort of stuff. I didn't think they could say this anymore.
Well, they've brought out a pill, haven't they? Like a weight loss pill. It's to rival Ozempic, but is it not just basically Ozempic?
Is it? I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's see. No, it's just Obvi Burn, isn't it? It's just their I think it's just their collagen. I don't think it's a pill.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just this. I don't know. Yeah, I thought they were clamping down on claims like that, but you can see how many. I mean, leveraging AI as well to create all of this, which is another thing, which is another reason why it's a great time to kind of start doing this, is because if you can get really good at using AI, you can create all of your static ads pretty much with AI.
Which we actually just added that to that's another new part of the content. There's a branding with AI piece of content by Evan, who's an absolute wizard with it. One of our honest FBA coaches.
This is making me think we really need to get a bunch more static. Look how many static ads they've got. We've got none that perform because they're just crap. But look how many. This one's cool. I've seen this one before. I don't know what PCOS is, but
PCOS. Actually, I do know what that is. We're getting off track here. You know what I mean? This is the live creative meeting on a live stream.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. Tomorrow we are going to be officially launching. We've got a $1,000 offer. So if you are looking to get involved, Amazon FBA, and you also want to be mixing in some of this D2C stuff, if you want to learn how to do the Facebook ads, if you want to learn how to create this content, if you want to learn how to, to build a real brand, where people are searching for your brand, they're coming for you. Look at this. Is it still going up, Creatine Gum? Is it still getting? Look at that, man.
What we're doing as well, guys, I'll give you a little bit more insight, is we are super public about our own brand in the community now. We're sharing everything. We're sharing our tactics. We're sharing the products. We're sharing everything, right? The reason for that is it is way easier to explain all these things that we're talking about. So we've gone too public. We're sharing everything we're doing like week by week in the brand. As well as that, we have a bunch of what people struggle with a lot is finding that right product. So we've got a ton of live product research within the community. We do a live session every week. We do live recordings over the shoulder as well every week on how to find products. And as well as that, you get products, you get feedback on every idea that you submit in the community as well. So with us, with Going Through Honest FBA, there are so many touch points where we have a direct input on what you're going to launch, and making sure you aren't making the mistakes, but making sure you're checking your economics, you're sourcing it from the right place, you're dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's, doing it all properly, and putting yourself in the best position possible to have real success on Amazon. Because the game has changed. I'll tell you that much. Like, since we started, me and Alex partnered up in 2020, it is such a different landscape now to how it was then. And you need to be hate this phrase, in the trenches, but you need to be in this. You need to be doing it day to day to really keep up. And we think we've got our finger on the pulse pretty strongly. We've got huge ambitions for the brand. And all that being said, by the way, about like Shopify and everything in D2C, we'll take it old school and show some orange bars that we are at. If you can, is this going to focus? So the list of the last 30 days, we're at about 110 grand in the last 30 days. We're tracking for January to do 150, 160K on Amazon. So, and this is for us isn't peak season. So it's what Alex mentioned earlier about the halo effect, right? Driving that branded search on Amazon. We are seeing that massive spillover. So we're capturing the demand over there. So Amazon's still a huge channel for us. We just have massive ambitions for Shopify as well. Now, like Alex said, $1,000 discount. That is limited spots, and we released 10. We sold 5 today. I think we sent out an email. So there's a link there. You can check it to apply. The last thing I'll say, a bit random, but we now have an office in Barcelona, which we're big boys now. We're an office for Honest FBA. We are on the lookout for some super creative folk. We want to double down on content on all platforms. We want some people to come and work with us in person. So if you're watching this and you live in Barcelona, amazing, then give us a DM. But if you're interested in working with us in general and you are a creative, so that's a creative strategist, that could be you're a really slick video editor, perhaps you're like a video director. If you're an all-in-one who can basically just build sick Instagram content that's super engaging, drop us a message, right? We'll be keen to have a chat because we are looking to fill a few roles at the moment. And yeah, look, you get the chance to work with the big man over there, Alex himself, myself, there's Jansen. We've got a growing team of people. We like to think we're a pretty fun company to work for. So if that sounds like a good fit, drop Alex a DM or me a DM on Twitter, or shoot us an email to hello@honestfba.com.
Hello. It's me.
Are we calling it there? I've got a chili on the hob, mate. I'm gonna have to go and get that chili in a second.
Yeah, I think it's time, innit? We'll do another one of these next week, though. We're not done one for a while. So, we could do one live from the office. We'll do one from the office in Barcelona. It's a fucking cool office, if I do say so myself.
Yes.
It's
we'll do that.
Floor to ceiling, glass, ping pong table. We get a ping pong table.
God, are we?
You wouldn't come in work if you knew you were going to get beat off me, would you?
Right, I'm off.
Right,
everyone, cheers for watching. See you soon.
Bye.